Hello, my friends. My name is Monse, and welcome to So Yoga with Monse. Today, I'd like to share with you a very special Yin Yoga practice. This is Yin Yoga for winter, so I'm quite wrapped up as well during the practice, and I hope you really enjoy. I think we're going internally. It's a restoration practice, very restorative, and also very much about going inward, letting go, and thinking about the year. This is recorded from a live class. So sometimes I'll be talking to the students and it's quite raw. I didn't edit the class. I didn't edit what's going on. So sometimes you'll hear me maybe talking about someone, saying some name. And most importantly, you might see me getting out of the poses. Just because I'm maybe checking the screen to see how everyone is doing. I'm maybe checking the music. I'm maybe checking my notes. So don't worry about that. I'm not demonstrating all the time, but most of the time. So I'll just guide you into the pose and then just stay there until I guide you out of it again, even if I am not doing the pose, okay? So just remember, this is a live practice and I hope you really enjoy it. It lasts around 80 minutes, so set aside some time, have some cushions nearby, have all props. You're gonna need a bolster, you may need some blocks, you may need cushions, a folded blanket, and as I said, it's gonna go into some restorative practice. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notifications when I post some videos. And leave me a comment. I really love to know what you thought of it. Likes, comments, that all helps a lot in the growth of a channel. So thank you very much. Enjoy the practice. Okay. So we're gonna start in seated meditation. So sit in any position that's comfortable and usually, as usual, elevate your hips. Sit on a cushion, sit on a blanket, sit on a towel, anything that's going to elevate your hips. And you can even lean against the back if you feel that you're not going to be able to sustain the posture for too long. We're not going to be too long, as usual, but we're going to do some pranayama. We're going to do some breath. And today we're going to do maybe, if we get there, 2 different types of breath, okay? We're gonna start the first one. I think I haven't done it with you. It's called Villoma Pranayama. And it's also quite calming. It's gonna induce concentration as well, but it's really good to expand as well lung capacity. Let me actually change where you are. Oh, sorry, I'm changing you. So I can see you here in front of me as well. There we are. So it helps, it's got many benefits. One of them is, again, increased lung capacity. And I'm just going to explain what it is. And we're going to do it and we're going to practice it for a bit. It's called Villoma Pranayama, which means interrupting the flow. There is 3 different ways in which we can do it. Today we're going to practice one of them. And interrupting the flow means you can interrupt the inhale, you can interrupt the exhale, or you can interrupt both. Today we're going to interrupt the inhale. So we're going to inhale, halfway through we're going to pause, and then carry on inhaling, and then exhaling 1 go. Okay? It's important that you don't hold the breath for too long. It's just a little pause, and that if you feel that the breathing pattern takes too long or it's too much, make it shorter. It's important not to gasp for air and always find it really soft, okay? Softness. So we're gonna try together. So you can close your eyes, you can keep them open, you can put your hands on your knees, on your lap, wherever you like. You keep your eyes open, keep them just soft. So we're gonna inhale and then exhale through the mouth once, just to get rid of all the air. And then inhaling 1, 2, pause. Carry on, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Carry on, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Carry on, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Carry on, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. Carry on, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, pause. 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes. Breathe normally, breathe naturally. Anything that comes natural to you. Trying to keep the flow of the breath as soft and as smooth as possible. So this was Villoma 1, version 1, where we interrupted the inhale. Usually in other versions we interrupt twice. So we would be inhaling, interrupting, carry on inhaling, pausing again, carry on inhaling, and then exhaling. And the same, just doing the exhale and then doing both. But it takes a bit of training, so it's good to take it slowly. And it's something that you can do on your own, just takes, you can count maybe 5 breaths, 5 rounds, 6 rounds. We've done 7 rounds today. So judge if that was too much or too little. And in a way, towards the end of the year, now it's winter, we just did the winter solstice, but also it's the end of the year. So it feels a bit like an interruption of sorts, doesn't it, this time of year? I don't know, at least for me, it feels like Christmas. It feels that everything is interrupted, paused for a moment. And then we'll carry on breathing, then we'll carry on with our normal day-to-day activities. And in this pause, it's a great moment, this silence, that pause, to reflect, to stop, to just be in silence, in quietness, both literally and metaphorically. And then open your eyes. And the first pose we're going to do, then at the end of the practice, we're going to do alternate nose breathing, hopefully, if we get. The first pose is going to be caterpillar, but with support. So you can choose. Caterpillar is the one where you fold forward. So you can choose if you want the support on the legs and just folding forward, or you want the support under the legs and the leg. So under your knees and just folding forward like this, okay? You can choose which one, or even both. You can have a bit of support, doesn't have to be as big as this, like a little, this is a big blanket. I said a little blanket, but it could be a little blanket. And just giving a bit of support under the knees is really pleasant already. So find your way and get there whenever you like, on your own time. You can put a cushion there if you want, and as well. So you can put the cushion or a block under the forehead, and if you want as well, like this. becomes much more restorative. You don't need to reach your feet either. It's up to you. So again, we can always make these poses more or less restorative. But there's always some restoration. There's always some letting go. There might be more or less effort, but there is always letting go, not gripping. This is again that time of the year where we want to let go. Trying to find. Letting go of some of the things that may be holding us back. Perhaps experiences we had during the year. What can we now let go of? Just breathe. Breathe. Letting go. There might be things that you need to release. Releasing some tension in the body. Releasing perhaps some resistance. Some resistance in your muscles, some resistance in your mind. A few more seconds. Allowing this to be your last 2 breaths in this pose. Notice the inhale and then exhale longer, deeper. Being more aware of the exhale. Inhaling for the last one and being aware of a long and deep exhale. And then for the next inhale, you're going to start coming up slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Then you're going to do staff pose. So just simply, you have two options. Either just a staff pose with the hands next to you. So this is a strong pose. It's not a typically yin pose. And it's not strong, you know. It's just simply standing straight and noticing your belly here. Noticing your back, squeeze the belly button, bring it towards your spine. Sitting up upright, holding yourself upright with the muscles of your core. Hands by your side. You can press the hands lightly against the floor, just lightly. Again, as a counter pose of that deep bend we've just done. Alternatively, if you want to go for reverse table, which is with the knees bent and doing this, you can do that too. So choose which one. In reverse table, you're also using the strength of your shoulders. So again, choose what you like to do. Okay, very good. I see. You can do both. You can do a little bit of both if you like. And again, we are gonna go into yin, but doing some slight stronger elements that requires a tiny bit more of strength, like this staff pose. This one requires a tiny bit more of effort, because a bit like Eva was mentioning before, if you stay inactive for a long time, and winter makes us want to be inactive for a while, makes us want to go down. It brings this down energy. So we need to counteract it with a bit more of fire, a tiny bit more of poses and activities that are gonna give us a tiny bit of energy. Next one is Sphinx Pose, okay? It's still yin, so, oops. So let's go for Sphinx. And you can choose to make it really restorative Sphinx with your bolster underneath your, what's this called? Axillas. Oh my God, underarms, no. You know what I mean, this part. Oh my goodness. Armpits. That's the one, thank you. I could only think of the Spanish word now. So you can put your bolster or cushion under your armpits, not underarms. And that will be more restorative, or come to a more traditional Sphinx. And as usual, just measure the distance of your elbows. Actually, I'm gonna put for, okay. As you can see today, we're staying slightly longer in the poses. So make sure it's not too close to the edge. Make sure it's not beyond your edge. As usual, in yin, we find that edge, and perhaps, just perhaps, we back off the edge a little bit so we know we can sustain this pose comfortably for a few minutes. And then let go, softening into the pose. Sphinx is a very nourishing pose for the lower back. For some people may feel a bit uncomfortable. Embrace, acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge how you feel right now. Just because something, a pose or any activity, someone may say, oh, this is really relaxing. And if you don't find it relaxing, acknowledge that that's not the case for you. And that is fine as well. We all feel things very differently. How can I make it a bit more comfortable? Perhaps also how you open the feet. The feet can be as wide as the mat, or it can be a bit closer. Only you know your own body and your own sensations. Notice your breath against the floor. See if you can breathe into your belly, acknowledging the feedback of the floor. A few more seconds left. Make this your last 2 breaths. Inhaling, exhaling, making the exhale a bit longer than the inhale. And in the next exhale, let go. Bring the arms down. Bringing both hands one on top of the other, forehead on the hands, and we're going to go for half frog. So I'm showing you with the left leg because it's the one that's near the camera. So in half frog, you want the knee in line with the hip. And you can rest your forehead on the floor, so directly on the floor or on your hands. If you want more, if you want the position to be a bit deeper for your hips, you can put a blanket or a block or pillow underneath your thighs or underneath your shin, something that will elevate this, that will give you more, make the posture more deeper for the hips, but you don't have to, okay? You can make it really restorative. So again, it's the choice you make according to how you feel today. Some days I don't want anything under my legs, I just want to feel the pose. Find your version. Slowing down, breathing slower, but mainly just slowing down, just simply acknowledging the postures, acknowledging your feelings in the postures, letting be what it is. No need to do anything. Last few breaths here. Make it your last 2 breaths. See if you can release a bit more. When it's time for your next inhale, make sure you straighten the leg first. Stay one moment, especially if you had your leg on something like I did, just stay one moment finding the rebound, finding the difference between one side and the other. And before we do the other side, you're gonna go again into either Sphinx or Seal. Okay, so Sphinx is the one we've just done before. We're just gonna do it for 1 minute. So just Sphinx. So this time perhaps you can bring the legs a bit closer. Perhaps you want to bring the elbows a bit closer. Perhaps you want to bring the feet up. Or Seal is when you extend the elbows and it's a much deeper bend. So choose which version you like. It's only 1 minute. I'm gonna put the timer. So choose. And again, in yoga is the path of self-discovery, and we start by the easiest thing, self-knowledge, is to get to know our own bodies. It's sometimes easier than getting to know our own minds, isn't it? So what kind of little adjustments can I make so I gain benefit from the pose, do not hurt myself? And I can hold it comfortably. It's not about any prizes, about being the deepest bend ever. Some days I just want to do a bit less, and that's fine, and that's what you need. Learning to listen. Just 5 more seconds. And then let go, come down. And we're gonna do frog on the other side. Before doing frog, take 1 moment to rest here. Hands, forehead on your hands. Just noticing the rebound from, especially if you did Seal, noticing the rebound from that deep bend. The rebound is what you feel after a deep pose. Just noticing the changes in your body. Just seeing how the deeper connective tissue sort of goes back, like if you had a big rubber band, one of those thick ones, that you stretch, and then let go, and it sort of comes back to the same position. That's how it feels. Okay, whenever you're ready, let's do the other side. Bring the right knee in line with the hip. Again, you want to put something underneath or not, it's optional. Maybe one side you don't need anything. Maybe on this side you want to have something. And again, forehead to the floor or to your hands. And here we're not doing anything. Letting go. Like the pause we had when we were breathing. Like the pause that is Christmas time or this holiday time. Like even the mini pause at the end of the year when we sort of stop to acknowledge that the new year is beginning. We need that pause of doing nothing to gather energy, to be in the quiet. A few more seconds. Can I release any tension, perhaps in my face, in my shoulders? Last 2 breaths here. And then after the last breath, extend that leg again and stay for 1 short moment with your forehead on your hands, on your arms, both legs straight, just noticing again your lower back, how is it feeling? And then slowly, you're gonna come out of the pose and come into all fours. Taking your time to get there. Once again, just a tiny bit of movement, just the tiniest bit of movement. What feels good for you right now? Perhaps it's a tiny cat-cow, perhaps it's just little circles with your hips. Just bringing back some energy, just not loads, just acknowledging. You okay, Anna? Yeah, okay. Just acknowledging that you can always do movement and pause and movement. The next pose we're gonna do is dragon. We haven't done dragon in a while, my friends. So you can grab your blocks or pillows, anything you want. We're gonna start, and we're gonna do a simple baby dragon. So your left foot or your right between your hands. I like having my blocks here to help, but you can have the hands on the floor as well, on either side, on both sides of the feet, either side, both sides, I don't know, you know what I mean, on the sides of the foot. Okay, and just breathe here. Prepare. We're gonna be here for 3 minutes. Okay. Chest forward, look forward, shoulders down. And this is a strong pose. And we know that we hold it for a while, it can be a strong pose. But this is one of the best poses I know to counteract the chair effect. Being the fact that when we sit for so many hours, our hip flexors get shortened. All the muscles that are helping us walk, move, jump, go up and down stairs get shortened at the front because we spend a whole long time not using them, sitting, flexing them. So here we do the opposite of it. But also for the mind, can we stay still in the pose? Are we the masters of our mind, or is our monkey mind the master of me, telling me, oh, yeah, I want to change, I want to move, I want to scratch? So here in the difficult poses is when we acknowledge, we realize what our tricks are, what our mind's tricks are. And can we just breathe in it and just say, no, I'm going to be still. Even if I am uncomfortable, even if it's hard. And then it will pass. last 2 breaths. And the next exhale, you're gonna slowly move your hips back, getting out of the pose really slowly, no sudden movements, back into your table. Is there any movement that you need to do right now with that right leg, with the one that was stretched? And then for another minute, we're gonna come down into child pose. So sit back on your heels. Again, you can put a little blanket, jumper, towel between your heels and your sit bones. And then just come down. Again, you can have your forehead on a block, on a cushion. Breathe here. Just let go. Try to find the comfort in this pose. Again, it's one of those poses that you hear a lot in yoga classes. Come to rest in child pose, but it's not always comfortable for everyone. Depends on your body shape and your bones. So acknowledge what's your situation with the pose. Try to make it as comfortable as you can. We're stretching the back here and we're doing the opposite. So before we were stretching that hip flexor, the right one, now we're flexing it. So what can I do for that to occur? Maybe I need to put some padding under my knees. Maybe in between my sitting bone and my behind my knees, maybe under my chest. Just see what's gonna work for you. For some people, the difficulty may be on the ankle area. If you have tight ankles, you can put something under the shins or the feet. Last breath here. And then the next inhale, start coming up into our tabletop. Once again, any movement that feel good, that feel familiar, that's going to bring some slight energy back, because we're going to do the other side of the dragon, baby dragon. So get ready, prepare. Right foot between your blocks, between your hands. And allow the hips, you don't need to push the hips down, just allow the gravity to take hold of your hips. And again, we're going to be here for 3 minutes. So find your positioning, maybe blocks under the hands. The blocks can be high, medium, low, no blocks. Whatever you did on one side, let's do it on the other. And one side might feel much easier than the other, maybe much more difficult. So again, is it my mind not wanting to stay in a place of discomfort? And how can I deal with it? Because then when we are in the world and we go through situations that may not be pleasant, I might want to shout at someone, I might want to, can I go through it without really reacting? Without just doing the first thing that the mind wants us to do. Here's where we train ourselves. not blow a fuse when we are in the world. To react with calmness, knowing that this will pass too, and just riding through our feelings here, through our sensations. Last 2 breaths. And on the last exhale, once again with a lot of care, you're gonna bring your hips back, back, slowly, back to sit on your heels. And we're gonna again go into child pose, but this time it's gonna be slightly longer, and you can have your bolster. You can have, you can lie directly on the bolster like this, or if you have a block or something, you can put the block under to give you a bit more of an inclination here. So you can, or you can put loads of cushions as well. And I'm not gonna do it now because I'm gonna squash the mic, but basically just lie down, hands up. You can open the knees as much as you like to, doesn't have to be too much. And just lie down onto your cushion into a really restorative child. Again, you can measure how high you want this bolster. It doesn't have to be too high. And let go. I'm not letting go yet because I'm looking at you. And because as soon as I do, my mic will get squashed. Yes, awesome. Yes, you can have the head to the side, forehead on the pillow, whichever thing suits you. I'm gonna be here for a while. So, as you see, we're combining a lot of postures that require a bit more effort with postures that are more restorative. And it's not a huge effort, but still is an effort. And this is one of the magic things that yoga teaches, is how to learn to react, to relax really quickly. That how to really work with the autonomous nervous system and move from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system. So just let go from in this pose now, really relaxing. Slowly, slowly, make this the last breath. And then, with your next inhale, using the strength of your arms, start coming up, vertebra by vertebra. How are we doing? Are you? Oh, good. Andre's giving me the thumbs up. So, next we're gonna do a half butterfly, and which is one leg in and the other out. So bring the right foot towards your groin in any capacity. It doesn't have to be so close, wherever it's useful. And again, you can put something underneath the knee, like I'm having like here. I have my blocks are pretty soft, so it's nice. If you have stronger blocks, might be not so nice, but something like this also is nice. And then have your cushion or bolster, and you're gonna again lie forward. Perhaps have it across, so then it gives you more space. So see what feels right, or perhaps have it here and just allow, oh, this is nice. Allow your body to relax here. So again, find the different ways that will feel good for you right now and go for it. Okay, Eva, yeah, nice. Again, for some people, it will look very different that it looks for me, that it looks for each other. And it's not a reflection on anyone's personal worth. It's just a reflection of how your bone structure is. So that's why, instead of looking outside of us, instead of looking outside for external validation, yoga teaches us to look inside, to look at our own experience, and then take it from there. From your own experience, we make the adjustments, we take the conclusions. Release tension to invite in relaxation. Release fear to yield courage. Release resistance so you can flow around the mountains in your way. Release indecision so you can cultivate more certainty. And release busyness to encourage healing. Release anything right now that does not serve you. Just a few more seconds left. To make this your last breath, exhaling deeply, completely, and the next inhale, start coming up again slowly. And we're gonna do the other side. So again, bring both feet together and then extend the right. So in Janu Shirsasana, in traditional yoga, we have the leg quite straight in front of us. But here you can see, where do you want it? You can be a bit to an angle, doesn't matter exactly. And again, where do you want your pillow? On top, underneath? You want something underneath the bent knee? Have as much support as you like. And for some of you, might be making a big castle. Putting something on the pillow, don't need to lean forward so much. It's up to you. And go for it. You okay? And release. And again, I always say in Yin, just because I can doesn't mean I should. Just because perhaps my legs may be able to flex and open up to a certain degree doesn't mean I should. Sometimes it's good to pull back a bit. So right now I have a little cushioning underneath my leg that's bent, although my knee reaches the floor with no problem, but still, I still feel the benefit of the pose, and I feel my body's more supported, and I can really let go. It's about letting go and releasing right now, today. So how can I help myself to release and let go? The act of letting go, of releasing, is to make space for something new to come, for something that we don't know, maybe around the corner, for something that we actually know and want. What is it that you want to make space for? Last breath here again. And on the next inhale, come up, come up, come up, come up, come up. And we've done half butterfly, so we're gonna do full butterfly. And again, I encourage you to put any thing, padding, that's the word I was looking for, padding underneath your knees, or underneath, instead of at the knees, I don't know if you can see me, so instead of putting the padding under the knee, perhaps under the thigh, okay, so put your block or your cushion under the thigh. That will support you even more. So find where you need to put your padding. And also have your cushion or bolster under in front to lie forward. Okay, so find your little castle. What is it that we need on one side? What do you need on the other? I have a bit of everything everywhere. And then on your own time, just come forward. Allow yourself the space. And again, look, I'm doing this little sort of ramp as well here, elevating it, elevating my bolster up. And let go. Surrendering to the floor, surrendering to gravity. What else am I surrendering? And what do I want to make space for? Do I need to make space for feeling differently that I do? Do I make space for new adventures, for new things, material things, emotional things? What do I need to make space for? Knowledge, self-knowledge, self-care? What is it? Last 2 breaths. And on the last inhale, whenever it's your next inhale, come up slowly. Before we go into Shavasana, we're going to do a quick last pose. Puntun. It's called Puntun. But it's also called supported bridge. That's how I call it usually. I'm actually feeling a bit cold, so I'm going to put the jumper back again. So if you need to put more layers, please do, like me. And get to lie back on your back. And take your block or thick cushion. I think if you all have blocks, great. And just one block is enough. If you have a cushion or something else instead, that's fine as well. And bring the feet flat on the floor, lift your hips, and just slide your block underneath your hips, okay? Just underneath your hips. And then stretch the legs. So I'm having my block on the lower setting. You could have it on the medium setting, but that would be too much. I think put it on the lower setting. Hands facing up, and relax here for a moment. And this counter pose to all that forward folding we've been doing. We're going to be here for just a couple of minutes to reset. And really let go of the hip onto the block. Allow all your weight onto the floor. And slowly, slowly, once again, bend your knees, plant the feet flat on the floor, and allowing the feet to push against the floor. Lift the hips up, slide the block from under your hips, and release them again, and just lie down in Shavasana. I'm going to be doing in Shavasana for a few minutes. Cover yourself if you like to. Release tension to invite in relaxation. Release fear to yield courage. Release resistance so you can flow around the mountains in your way. Release indecision so you can cultivate more certainty. And release busyness to encourage healing. What do you need to surrender right now? Start noticing your breath back into your body. Start being aware of the sensations in your body and moving your fingers, moving your ankles, your wrists, perhaps a stretching. And then slowly, slowly, in any way you like, moving slowly and mindfully, come up slowly into a seated position. Try to find your cushion, blanket, or anything to sit on. Close your eyes once you are finally seated. Start focusing on your breath. Noticing your breath. We're going to finish with another pranayama with Anuloma Villoma, the alternate nose breathing practice. And the more often we do it, the better. So you've all that you're here with me today, you've done it several times with me. So get ready, spine straight, making sure that your diaphragm can go up and down easily and unrestricted. So that's why I make so much emphasis on sitting on a cushion or sitting on something that's not gonna fold you forward, because that's not gonna let you breathe. So really expanding this area. Breathing into your belly, noticing the air coming in and out. And then prepare your hands for whichever position you like, either with the index finger on the forehead or the index and the ring and the middle finger in, up to you. And we're going to breathe in for 4, retain for 4, and exhale for 8. Inhale 4, retain 4, exhale 8. So 1, 1, 2 ratio. Okay, if at any point it's too much or 8 is too much or the retention is too long, just adjust it to your own rhythm. Okay, let's start. Close the right nostril and inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Close both nostrils 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Close both nostrils 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale from the left 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one round. Inhale left 1, 2, 3, 4. Close 2, 3, 4. Exhale right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale right 1, 2, 3, 4. Close 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 2 rounds. Do 3 more on your own. Next time you exhale through the left, that will be your last round. You can let go. Releasing, breathing normally, breathing naturally. Noticing your breath in and out. Then bring the hands together in front of your chest. Lower your chin, as in bowing to yourself, in gratitude to yourself for being here. Perhaps knowing what you need to let go of, perhaps none the wiser. Perhaps knowing what you want to make more space for in your life, perhaps not. But the questions are there and the answer might pop in at any moment. And now lift your chin, open your eyes, and we are done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. How are you feeling, my friend? How are you feeling now after this 80 minutes of practice? I'd love to know. Please leave me a comment, let me know how it goes, or just a like or not, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. Also, there's more classes like this in my YouTube channel. Well, actually not so many long yin practices or full practices from live classes. Mostly there are shorter practices that I recorded specifically for YouTube. If you want to see more of this, let me know. I also have a video library full of my live classes. So again, let me know. It will be in the comments of this video, a link to the video library. So I hope to see more of you and have a wonderful winter. Thank you so much.